Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. It's Kim here, and I'm sure this setting looks a little bit different. And it's because I'm in my hotel room. Now I'm going to backtrack a little bit. Some of you know that I went to Vancouver from my home in New Brunswick. I flew over to Vancouver to attend a wedding and to meet some new family members, and I'll save that for another day. But it went very well, and I had a good time. And I got to see my new niece-in-law, the bride-to-be, Maria. I got to see her studio, and I've posted a video about her studio. And the wedding was lovely. I don't have any personal pictures to show you because we didn't have the cameras on our phones when the wedding was in process. But I will have some pictures to show you possibly later on. But anyway, while here, I was actually supposed to leave on Wednesday. And on Monday, I had a bit of a tickle in my throat. And, I was doing the mm-ms, and just every once in a while I'd cough a little bit. And then on Tuesday, my brother brought me, I'm staying in a hotel room. He brought me a COVID test kit, and I tested positive. So Tuesday, I pretty much slept the whole day and the whole night. I was headaches and coughing and aches and pains, and I thought I was going to die. Of course, I thought I was going to die. And then yesterday was a horrible, horrible headache all day, but my brother brought me some uh, uh, Advil and cough drops and all kinds of goodies. And it seems to be getting a little bit better, under control, but I missed my flight. I have to rebook a flight, but I really can't do that until I test negative. I'm going to pause this video for just a second. Hi again. Sorry about that. I just had a little bit of a coughing spell. So I'm stuck here until I can test negative, and then as soon as I can test negative, I will try to rebook my flight, and hopefully that'll go quick. I hope I don't have to wait too many days to book a flight, but at least once I test negative, I'll be able to get out of this room and go and do some more touring until I actually get a flight. But I'm hoping, I'm getting a little stir crazy and a little anxious to get home, and so I'm hoping it does go relatively quickly. And I also hope that, in the process of getting COVID, I didn't give it to anybody else, although there was hugging and, things at the wedding that, so I hope I didn't have it in full force then. I don't know. In coming to Vancouver, I stopped over in Toronto, and if you watch any news, Toronto was so chaotic, and even my flight was delayed an hour and a half, and we were packed in like sardines. It was hot in there, although most people I think were wearing their masks. People probably took them down just once in a while to breathe or to eat, but it was just so packed in there. It was a primordial stew of possibility of getting COVID. I'm sure that's where I got it. If I count the days, it seems pretty likely from there, because I've been super careful at home because I didn't want to get COVID before going on my trip. So I had been super careful. So getting it now, I really felt that it came from Toronto because I was masked up all the way till I got to Vancouver. Coming to Vancouver, of course, it was a little bit more relaxed, but I was only around family. Nobody has had COVID in the family recently. And I wasn't, that close to anybody. And I really didn't go outside of that circle much. So again, I blame it on the conditions at the Toronto terminal. But who knows? Who knows? Anything can happen, right? I could have touched a railing. I could have touched something, touched my face. You know what it's like. So anyway, I'm stuck in this room with COVID. So I just thought I would share with you a little bit of what to do when you're in a hotel room and you don't have a lot of stuff to play with. Now, I did bring some stuff because I thought, well, if there's some downtime, maybe sometimes I don't sleep at night and I get up and I walk around. So I thought, well, maybe if I have a few things to play with, I would at least not be too bored. So I'll show you first what I brought with me. So I had this birds and butterfly book of different collage items. It says it came with a CD, but it doesn't. I bought it at a thrift shop, paid a couple bucks for the book, but it hadn't really been used. I think there was one page torn out of it, and it is filled with collage sheets. I'm doing this with one hand. I don't have my tools here to do this, but it's filled with collage sheets to use in your art. Now, I could photocopy them. There are some copyright allowances, like they allow you to photocopy or, print from the CD additional copies to use in your art project. But, there's so many sheets here, and I tend to only want to use them once anyway because I would get bored. I don't like to use the same stuff twice. Not too often. But yeah, there's lots of fun things in here. So I thought, okay, well, that's a good book to bring. I can cut these out and use them in the art, any art projects I might want to work on. So then the next thing I brought was a magazine. It was a Costco advertising magazine filled with all the stuff and new products and things. And I thought, well, that's a perfect magazine. It's already a month old. So I figured that's a perfect magazine to bring with me to collage into. So then I also brought some book pages. And there are a few here that, I brought some dictionary, some music, some rag pages. Because I thought, this is only on the side, right? I'm not here to craft. I'm here to visit. And so with that, I brought a stack of collage sheets off of my desk. Now, these ones are already used because I have been working in this book. So this was a collage sheet I printed. I think this is Took's craft labels. It might be from her free set. I'm not sure. I recently printed a bunch of stuff and I just grabbed whatever was on my desk at the top. So there's that. Oh, here's some more book pages. And as you can see, I had started to cut some of those book page sheets out, or some of those collage sheets out. And so, yeah, I grabbed a stack, maybe, like a ½ inch of sheets. And I didn't really look at what I picked. I have a page of birds. I have some other tarot cards I was working on, another sheet of, I'm pretty sure these are Took's labels, and again some more tarot cards because I thought, well, maybe I'll do these tarot cards and get those started because I want to do some stuff in my bohemian books, and another collage sheet of birds to cut out, and I brought some collage sheets that I had printed of Ukrainian embroidery patterns. Not exactly the greatest mix of stuff, but it's doable. Brought a pair of scissors just to do some fussy cutting. I figured anything else I could just tear out. I brought 4 glue sticks. I'm down to 3, but actually I'm really down to about 2.5. This one should go on me at any time. And I put it all into this large envelope. I figured, okay, if I'm really bored, I can cover the envelope. So, because I was in my room on Tuesday and yesterday and now today, let's do a recap of Tuesday. I pretty much slept day and night off and on, and coughed and got up and walked around and realized I was too tired and went back in the bed. I didn't even watch TV. I think I tried to watch a couple of videos on YouTube, but didn't get very far with that. But it was yesterday that while I was coughing, I was getting a little bit anxious and bored. So I worked in my book. So let me show you what I did in my book. Let's move this over. Now, I'm going to blame a lot of stuff on COVID brain because I've discovered my brain did not work these last couple of days. My first thing is I normally I collage in these books from the back and then I move forward. Just my method. There's a number of reasons for it, but this time I started on the front page. Excuse me. Just a little cough. So I collage the covers. I do everything, and in doing this, so I have some tarot cards on there. I used a Ukrainian collage sheet, the embroidery page on the back. Cut out a few images from my book, and added a couple of labels. It by no means finished, but it was a start with this color. I'm going to cut the tarot cards out separately probably, and the rest will just be extra little bits and pieces. So when you turn it over, I also covered the back of the magazine page, but I didn't bring a lot of stuff to do the backs, like anything plain. Wasn't planning on it. But I ended up doing it because I wanted to finish the page. So in looking around my room, I found a 3-part sheet for dry cleaning. I guess you fill in what you want to have done. You fill in your name, and then you keep one part goes, or 2 parts must go with the clothing, and then one must come back or something. I don't know. Anyway, it was white, pink, and yellow, so I figured that was a good piece to cut up and put on the back of my piece here. So then I created this sheet, and all I did is I tore a whole sheet out of the book and then used it to create little pocket collections. And as you can see, each one has a label. Oh, look at that. That one doesn't have a label. What happened there? Okay, I'll have to figure that out. Must have just missed it. COVID brain. Okay, so this one has a label. Here's another label. Thank you, Took, for these labels. They were awesome. I'm pretty sure it's hers. Another one there and another one there. The idea is I will cut these out with showing a little bit of the book pages and use them as journal cards or tags or whatever. So you got to remember, I'm limited on supplies. I don't have any ink with me. I don't have any other tools with me. No cutting tools. So I really can't even cut these up. So the same thing happened on the back side here. I used the rest of those, the label that I had. And I believe the rest of these pieces are the little notepad that came in the room. You know, the hotel notepad. So, and I'm going to get more into that as well. So here's the next page I did. Now I did all this yesterday while I was sick and bored. And again, you can see I have a label. Now this one I was getting a little bit more inventive. I wanted the labels to stick out because I'm going to make them sort of like a tab. When I cut out this piece, it'll be a tab that goes around and sticks out. Same with here. I made the label on the top of the image. And I will decorate these more and embellish them more when I get home, but I just don't have the supplies to do that here. And so then I did this one with a tab. So this would be sort of a pull-out, kind of a slide-out type of thing is my idea that I was working with. So there, I didn't have COVID brain. I had my good brain, my crafting brain. So same with this one, I made it into sort of a tag. And again, all of these will get cut out with a little bit of the image showing, the book page image showing on the background. And that is where I'll probably do some, you know, maybe some trims and embellishments and stuff along the book page part of it. And this one, it just looks so cool and the coloring was right. So I stuck the label right on the image itself. It's a little bit larger, so I'll probably put a small stamp up here and turn it into kind of a postcard look. So I did that page, and then, you know, I was on a roll, so I kept going with the idea with the labels. So Took, if you haven't tried that, they make great little tabs for your for doing any journal cards or tags. So this was another whole sheet. However, I don't think I used the whole sheet because the images were much bigger and I couldn't quite place them all on the page. So I think there were some leftover ones that I kept aside. Now on this one, I had a brown paper bag that my brother had brought me all kinds of meds and halls and stuff in the bag for me. And so I used that as the backing. So the brown paper bag was saved. And became the backing on here. And then you flip the page over, and these were all the strips that were left over from the book pages or whatever I had. So I tried to make do, tried to come up with as many ways to use up all of these little scraps and finish off the page. And this one, I had brought one photo collage sheet of images, so I've just cut the, sort of divided the page into 4. I don't know where I'm picking up that mark from, but it seems to be in this far corner here. Maybe it's my fingers, I don't know. Sorry about that. But so yes, I've kind of divided the page into 4, making sort of 2 larger, I guess they'll be tags or something, and then 2 a little bit smaller. But again, the green leaves were used, bits and pieces from one of the pages, whatever was left over, and I put labels on all of these. Now these ones I don't know that I'll use as tabs. They're just more a little extra to add on the page. And again, there will be more decorating. When you flip it over, I haven't quite finished yet. I still have a little bit here to finish as far as doing the back on this, but it was sticky on this side and this side, so I just left it open, and I'll finish the rest today. So then this was kind of an Asian page that, if you look at the images in the backgrounds, like this reddish one here, the green bird, and that's another blue bird one in the background. And then it had this image here was on the page, and these 2 images were on my photo sheet that I had brought with me. So I just thought it was fitting and incorporated those in there. There are no labels. This time it's just the images overlapping others. And so this will turn into 4 different collage sheet cards. And that's as far as I got. I'm starting to, this was just sitting in there, but I'm starting to do another background page with some book pages, and I will keep going there as I feel like it. But I was getting a little bored, and so I realized that I had to figure out other things that I could do, because I'm just doing the same thing over and over again. And yeah, while it helps to pass time, I'm watching a little bit of TV and it helps to pass time, I need a little bit more. So I'm going to just give you some ideas of things that you could do while you're sitting in your hotel room if you have COVID, or even if you just have some downtime, and how you can find ways to craft. So the most important thing, of course, is to bring some glue sticks and scissors, and then look around you. And as you know, I always say, craft with your eyes wide open. So I showed you the collage sheets I brought. Because I just grabbed from the stack, I ended up with a huge pile of these collage sheets that are the embroidery patterns, Ukrainian embroidery patterns from that kit that I bought. So I don't think I would use them all. So my thought is that maybe later today I will do a video and show you what I do with these sheets as an alternative to using them just as a collage background. So you saw that envelope. I will cover it. I think I'll make a book cover out of it. Just glue down the flap, fold it in half, and then start collaging on top of it. So that might be something I can do today. So then I walked around the room and again came up with stuff that I can use. Now, because I'm COVID positive, it's not like they can clean my room. Not that I'm messy. Like, I'll just show you around my room really fast. I didn't even touch the other bed. That's the other bed. Oh, there's my bed with the dress on it. And so, I'm clean. I'm neat. And I do have a fridge, a microwave, and a coffee machine. And so when I tested positive for COVID, I had to of course, extend my time here. And so I shared that with the hotel manager, and I said, I got to get a couple extra days. I'm positive. I have nowhere to go. Please let me stay. And it was no problem. The hotel has been very accommodating. I will tell you more about that afterwards. So they brought me more coffee, because normally they put coffee in your room. So they brought me more coffee in a brown paper bag. Score on the bag. I got another bag for coffee. This is what your toilet paper comes wrapped into. So it's like, wow, that's a score of paper. It's a very nice tissuey paper. I don't know that I'll use it front side out where it says Everest Pro, but I will use it on the reverse side, and it's a little bit more translucent, and then I think I can disguise some of this pattern that's in there. When they brought me my receipt for my hotel stay so far, and then we had to do the paperwork and stuff, I had to put my credit cards in this envelope, hand it to him. He did all the work, and then he handed it back through the door to me, and I thought, score, I got an envelope, like just like that. This was the brown paper bag that my brother had brought me. He brought Halls and Advil and a big box of Kleenex and a few other things. So, and more rapid test, another box of rapid tests so I could test regularly to see where I'm at. Yeah, I tested this morning, still positive. And so I cut up the large brown paper bag into sheets that I will use for maybe I'll make a journal while I'm here, because I've got enough pages to do a journal and a journal cover. I don't know. This was the notepad, and I'm not turning it over because I don't want to say the name of the hotel at this point. So there's only a couple of sheets left of the notepad itself. In fact, I had actually written on one of them. And so I'm using those for backgrounds. And then I have a piece of cardboard here that I can use to make a tag or a journal card, which will come up eventually. Some more of that brown paper bag. This was the off-cut edges, so I think I could make a little brown paper bag booklet out of this, or maybe an envelope, or continue to use it to cover the backside of my pages of my in my book, in my magazine. And then another tissue. Don't judge. I've been here 2 weeks, not 2 weeks, 8 days. So don't judge. I have another toilet paper holder here. And then this was the little leaflet that was inside of the Costco magazine. They had this little extra leaflet, so that could eventually be another little booklet. I don't know. Depends on how long I'm here, right? And how much more scavenging I can do for paper. This came from the tissue. Whoops, not this. This is just an extra strip. You know, like even right now, even these little strips are gold because I need things to back the backside of my pages. So this little strip came off of one of my book pages, and yeah, it's background paper now. But this little guy here is my tissue box, the pull tab that closes the tissue. So that is going to turn into a tag. And then, you know, it's nice and clean on the back side, so I don't have to do anything on the back. It's good to go. And then this is the bottom of the brown paper bag. I have been scrounging everything, so it'll be quite interesting to see what I end up with when I finally get out of here. You know, I'm really hoping that tomorrow I'm going to test negative, you know, and then it's not that I won't still work on here, but I am in Vancouver, so I may want to do a little bit more touring if I can. I had to miss out on a thrift shop day with my niece-in-law Maria, because she had the day off that day, and so I had to miss out on that because I was COVID positive. So, you know, I'm hoping that I'll hit a couple of thrift shops and you know, get to visit a little bit more with my family here while I'm here. But you know, it all depends on how things go. But I just thought I'd share that with you. And again, being in the hotel room, you need a few little extra things. So the ice bucket, you know, it comes with a plastic bag, which is convenient for being my trash container, right? And then I also have one of these finally empty, because, you know, you saw I have 2 pieces of paper there. So I have one empty one, so I'll either cut it up to make a tag or come up with another use for it. So when you're in a hotel room, you have to look around you and see what you can do. Yes, it's a good idea to bring a few supplies with you, but it doesn't hurt to look around the room and find other things to play with. So always craft with your eyes wide open. So then I'm going to swing back to showing you this dress over here. Now, this was the dress I wore for the wedding, but I really didn't like it because I had bought it a few weeks before the wedding. Yeah, about 3 weeks or 4 weeks before the wedding. And when I put it on the day of the wedding, I realized I had lost a little bit of weight. So it was a little open. You know, it just felt big. I felt like I was wearing a tent. And so I've decided that, I am here with COVID. I'm never going to wear this dress again. So I'm going to cut it up. So that's going to be in my next video. So you'll have to stay tuned. So these videos are going to be called, something along the lines of crafting in a hotel with COVID. I'm not sure, but I figured, I'm gonna cut this dress, and I'll just show you a little bit closer here. So you'll have to stay tuned for my next video, which I'll do a little later on today. But the dress it was long, almost like it was ankle length. And so if you look here, there's a gathering here because the dress has a bit of a gather to it, if that makes sense. So I figured, if I cut this off, I can make a nice summer dress that is quite airy. I could probably take it home and take it in along the sides and along the shoulders because I really felt that it was a bit baggy. And I would never wear it again the way it is. And I would never wear it again even if I grew into it, which I'm really hoping I won't. So I decided I'm gonna cut it just above this gather line, right about there. And I will take you through that process with me after I'm just going to do a little snip and see if I can tear it right across the whole bottom, like above the gather, about a half an inch on this side of the gather line. If you can see what I mean, I'll just show you from the inside. You can see how it's got this line here. I'm going to cut it about a half an inch on this side of it. And I will bring you along with me when I do that so that you get to see my process in that as well. So this is what I'm doing to entertain myself. I'm going to take a little bit of a break now because all of a sudden I feel a little lightheaded. And so it's that COVID brain thing. So I'm going to try to upload this video and take a break and then come back to working on this on this dress. See, desk. How did that come out? On this dress. So thanks for coming along with me and keeping me company, and I hope you enjoy this, and we'll have some fun, and we can't do anything except laugh and craft. So again, eyes wide open, always craft and look around you to see what you can use and what you can come up with to create your projects. And we'll keep going. I've got a few ideas to share with you just yet. So see you soon. Bye for now. I wish you a very creative day and a creative week, and I look forward to seeing you in a couple of hours. Bye now.